Brought to you by the Every Dollar app. Start budgeting for free today.
First of all, it's a privilege to be able to ask this question because my husband and I have been following your baby steps, and we did Financial Peace before we got married. So now we're stuck, though, because we went off script. So we started the baby steps.
You're stuck because what?
We went off script. We were following all your baby steps, and then we kind of just went,
okay.
Woo! And there's no chapter
You
on
fell
it,
off the proverbial wagon. Okay.
So I'm hoping it wasn't a stupid decision. But anyways, it was good intentions. So we saved the 20% for a down payment. And at that time, just with family circumstances, we thought we would offer for my mom to come and find property with us with 2 homes and whatnot and kind of get her out of her situation. And there was a variety of reasons that played into that. But just, she could get out of debt, whatnot, pay for a house that she could live in without making payments, and then be able to work and save for her retirement and whatnot.
So your mom and you went in and bought a house together?
So what we did was we found property with 2 homes, but it is one parcel. But there's 2 homes on it, and they both were fixer-uppers. Still are. We're working on them. But at least where we're at, the dilemma at this point is how do we legally kind of sort all this out? Because we bought it. It was kind of like green lights all the way. And we did counsel before we bought with a lawyer friend and some other friends of like, can we make this work like legally? How will this all go down? And they're like, yeah, we can sort it all out. So we felt like we had green lights, and then we found this property and whatnot. But we went in, she went in 25% of the purchase price. We went in 75%. We're all on title, but now we're just trying to figure out how to legally kind of sort this out, what's going in whose trust, how do we really figure out percentage of ownership. Like, ideally, she feels like for her retirement consideration, she should keep a stake in real estate. The advice my husband and I have received was buy her out and get her off title. It would be much simpler. And so we're kind of just like scratching our heads. It seems simple and like positive, like we could figure this out going in, and now it just kind of seems muddy to us.
So
like
what you're saying is the counsel that you received sucked.
Well,
it did. Whoever this lawyer is, you're going to stay away from him. He's stupid. Yeah, we'll figure it out later. That's a dumb butt plan. Okay. Because you got yourself in a pinch now. So, it's a mess. You got a mess. You got a relational mess. You got a legal mess, and you got a real estate mess, and you got 2 houses under construction.
Yes, we do.
This is chaos and stress everywhere around it. Oh my Lord, what a mess. Yeah, buy her out. That's the cleanest.
Okay, so, but if you were her, or if you were giving her advice, I guess it's
I would take the money and go buy me something.
Like you would leave?
Yeah.
Essentially?
Yeah.
Okay. Just long-term considerations?
Yeah. Because she's in a mess with her daughter. It's a mess. Who wants to be in a mess? It's a mess. It ain't going to clean up either. The only possible thing you can do, and I have no idea if you can pull this off in Reno, California or not, but check with the city and see if you can subdivide the parcel and run a lot line between them. Have 2 parcels, and then you could just deed her half, and she owns it.
Okay.
And that way you lost some money, but you kind of deserve to.
Oh, gosh. No, I mean, that is kind of why, like, let's figure this out now, because if we have some sunk costs, we need to just swallow it and move on. But
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm serious. I mean, I don't want to hurt your mom, and you don't want to hurt your mom. And if you buy her out and you let her stay there, you're going to have some clear family relational boundaries as to what you're just going to let her live there free the rest of her life. What's the plan?
So,
that's part of the buyout. I mean, you got to lay out the terms of the buyout. See, what you all didn't do is you violated the begin with the end in mind principle. And that means you have to write out everything and every possible negative scenario ahead of time and have exit strategies on everything before you do the deal. Now, instead, you're trying to unring the bell.
Yeah.
And it's very difficult to do that. And so without a tearing, without people being hurt, and because
What's your mom saying,
everybody in the
Maria?
whole thing's got a bunch of different expectations.
Yeah,
right?
what is she thinking in office? Is she concerned, or is it more you guys are concerned on your end?
Honestly, in the threesome, it's probably just me because I'm more of a long-term thinker.
Yeah.
They're all more like, we can figure this out.
When?
I think, well, I'm wanting it done now. Like, can we
when
figure
are
this
we?
out now?
All these people that keep saying we can figure this out. When is it they're going to do it? Since they didn't do it beforehand.
Right. No, I hear you. I mean, I'm on the call, right? We're
Yeah. I'm not picking on you. I'm just saying the decision overall, you're aware before you called, is a mess.
And she's willing to do. I think she needs to take time to look into like just retirement planning in general.
Yeah.
But her first thought was like, I need to keep a stake in real estate. But that wasn't like our thought going into it, that was going to be her thought.
Yeah. So I would either subdivide the property and give her the half she lives on, and you have to get with most cities and municipalities, you go before the zoning board and they approve a change in parcel, one parcel into two, dividing it. And it'll have to do with the zoning in the area. Typically, you're allowed to have so many square feet for a single family in that particular zone. It's an R5, an R2, or whatever, residential, whatever. And so then the zoning board will tell you, you have a surveyor come out, draw a new lot line between the two houses, and with setbacks and everything, and it's all set up with the city and approved. Boom, then you deed it over to her. If that is not possible in the zoning situation you're sitting in, then I'd probably sell the whole property or buy her out, one of the two. Because what you've got now is not going to end well, hon. You can smell it in the air, and that's why you're calling. I'm sorry you got yourself into this, but do please clean it up. Create your free every dollar budget today, the simplest way to budget for your life.